Hey you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel today. As you guys know, my name is Mayangela. Actually, my name is Mayangela Montgomery, but on my channel I go by Mayangela Powell, and I need to change that. But yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in, and I have so much good information that I want to share with you guys. So as you guys know, I have pretty much been out for a while, and I have not been on YouTube for a minute, and I have missed you guys so much. Now, it's not because I'm literally not on there, it's just because I have not been able to upload my videos the way that I want to from my iPhone, and so I actually brought a brand new camera, which I will show you guys about that in another video. Today, I want to talk about the big surprise that I need to let you guys know. So, if you don't already know, or you haven't already watched some of my other videos, I am pregnant again. This is my second baby ever, my second pregnancy, second baby ever, and yeah, I'm due in July, the exact same time that Melody was due. Not the exact same time, but a couple weeks after. And yeah, and so the reason why I'm saying all of this is because I actually want to share with you guys how I found out I was pregnant. Now, to be completely honest with you, this was a complete shock, even more of a shock than when it was when I was with Melody. It was such a shock. I was just like, what the heck? Like, how in the world am I pregnant? And so I wanted to share that story with you guys, and even some of the symptoms that I had coming up to find out that I was pregnant, and you know, just sort of being in denial too. So, breastfeeding Melody. Melody was about to be 5 months, or she was 5 months. And actually it was November, she was 4 months. And I remember I had scheduled my appointment to get my IUD, and I was just like, okay, yes, I go to my IUD. And mind you, at this time, just so you know, if you're watching this video, TMI, I'm not going to use too much because I'm not really like graphic or anything like that. I'm sort of a private person, but I do want to give you guys the deets on some things. So rewind back to November. Melody, she was 4 months old, 4 months, and I was just like, okay, you know, I was breastfeeding, so I hadn't gotten a cycle yet, so I was just like, okay, you know, I'm good, you know, we're good. And John and I were not trying to get pregnant at all whatsoever. We had actually made a plan that we were not going to get pregnant for the next couple years, and we were going to focus on Melody and just give her our undivided attention. And that just did not happen. And believe it or not, that's kind of what happened with Melody too, but a little different. This time, this was completely and totally unexpected because I didn't have a cycle. Well, I did get my cycle, but it was just completely unexpected. So, right around this time, this is where the respiratory virus was going around in Michigan, and a lot of people, they were getting really, really sick. They were getting just, you know, not doing well. And you just heard about, this is when Corona first came out, and it was just like, you know, it wasn't really a huge deal. We were just on our P's and Q's, and Melody had actually gotten really, really sick. She had a respiratory virus, and we had to take her to the hospital because she was just had gotten super duper sick. And so with that being said, I got a little sick myself because I had to take care of my daughter. And so I was just like, okay, you know, and they said some of the symptoms that come with the respiratory virus is, you know, feeling sick, feeling drowsy, feeling tired, stopped up, you know, all these different things. And so around that time, like I said, I had scheduled my IUD appointment. I was so excited, and around that time, I just started getting like these symptoms. Some of the symptoms I was experiencing, I was really fatigued, super duper tired, just had no energy to get up to go to work, to be productive. I did not feel like taking care of my baby. I was always just like, John, come get her, you know. And this is a time where I was like really just like recovering and trying to like get back to myself. And so I'm just like, John, come get Melly, because I need a break right now. And not just that, I was just feeling super tired. I was having headaches, you know, but I thought it was because it was from breastfeeding that I was having headaches, because I breastfed Melly up to 5 months. And I was just feel like I was about to pass out a lot. Not just that, I would have like little like hot flashes, and just really weird food cravings. But I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, well, you know, it is what it is. I really didn't pay too much attention to it. I thought it was because I wasn't feeling well for some of the other things like the headache and stuff. And so yeah, so time goes on, and on that week I was about to go to my IUD appointment, and I needed my husband to come with me because you know, I needed him there for more support. And not just that, Melody was gonna need her father there because I couldn't hold her, obviously. And so the week of, I started to feel very just sick, very sick, nauseous, dizzy, tired. Not just that, I started to notice, now mind you, after I had Melody, my stomach had gone down completely flat, like it was flat, and I had a little pudge, and I was just like, okay, that's weird. And so anyway, I was just like, no, I said, but I'm not pregnant, because John told me scientifically there's no way that I could get pregnant, you know. So anyway, and so I did not think that I was gonna get pregnant, because there was no way. I couldn't even pinpoint a time where, you know, something happened, you know, where I would get pregnant. So anyway, this week I'm just not feeling like myself, and I started to feel super emotional. Now, to be honest with you guys, I am on a daily basis, I am not a sensitive person. I'm kind of just like, I don't like to do things out of my emotions like that. Sometimes I'll cry about things if I'm like really overwhelmed or hurt, but very seldom, because I don't really like to do things out of my emotions. But this particular week I was super duper emotional, like just crying about stupid stuff, you know, getting upset about stupid stuff, spazzing out on my husband, going off on him, just doing weird stuff. And I even kept a list of things, and I even have another video that I actually made you guys on my phone, but it won't upload. But I'm gonna off subject. So anyway, yeah, so I was just like, oh my gosh. So this week I'm just like, something just kept telling me, like, you know, take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking one, because I'm not pregnant. It's no point in doing that, and I'm not doing that. And I didn't want to take one. I just didn't want to. And I'm like, that's silly, you know. I just kept getting this feeling to take a pregnancy test. And so, because I was just feeling so sick. I was feeling so sick. And I really thought it was because I had like a virus or something, or the flu. I really did. And so I go on my lunch break to get a pregnancy test. Now, mind you, we were not trying to have another baby for like at least a year or two, like for real. And so so I get my pregnancy test, and I come home. I come back to work, and on my lunch break, not even within a second after, or 3 seconds after taking the test, 2 dark pink lines popped up. And I said, this isn't real. It's not real. I'm tripping right now, and I'm going to get my IUD this week. I don't care about this test. It means nothing. And so I had decided to keep it to myself, but then I was like, you know what? I want to talk to my husband about it. So I told him, and I said, I had a positive pregnancy test, but it could be wrong, because I've been breastfeeding and all these things, and you just never know, you know. And so I was like, well, I'm going to the doctor this week, you know, when you come with me or whatever, you know, we'll figure it out then. But I just, you know, I didn't think. I was like, I'm not in agreement with this. This is just not God. This is not God. This is the devil. And so anyway, I went to the doctor. And when I got to the doctor, I was just so nervous. And as soon as I got there, something told me, like, you're pregnant. But I was just like, no, I was still in denial. And I was just really emotional. And I just was just like, no, I'm not pregnant. And anyway, so they call me to the back and they're like, you know, we want you, because, you know, they're telling me like, okay, you know, if you get IUD, you obviously have to pee in the cup or whatever. So I had to pee in the cup, and yeah, so I had to pee in the cup, and because they have to make sure that you're not pregnant. And I told them, I said, I think I could be pregnant, but I'm not sure. And she was like, okay. So she checks me, and she's just like, yeah, you can get the IUD today. You're pregnant. And I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, you are 7.5 weeks pregnant, almost 8 weeks pregnant right now. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? And in that moment, I could have just broke down and cried. Not because I'm not appreciative and I wasn't happy, or excuse me, I wasn't grateful to have a baby, but my body was still healing from Melody. I mean, like, seriously healing from Melody. I was working. I was just getting adjusted with Melody after 3.5 months of her being colic, not getting any sleep. And then just at that time, I was just going through so much as far as that. And so I was just starting to get balanced out. And not only that, she tells me that the baby is due in July. And I'm just like, okay. And she's like, when was your last period? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even really want to talk. I wasn't trying to be rude to her, but I just wanted to cry in that moment. And I remember feeling the emotions come over me. You know, like it was a blessing, but then at the same time, like, oh my gosh, what in the world? And I knew what I was going to have to go through. You know, I knew what I was going to have to endure being that I was pregnant, especially being in my first trimester. And so I look at John and I'm like, really? Scientific fact? I ain't listening to you no more. If your husband tells you it is a scientific fact that you can't get pregnant with protection or even with, you know, different ways or whatever, listen to your we love them and we care about them, but just no. So now I'm just like, no, not anymore. I'm just gonna listen to my physician from now on and listen to my peers who have had kids, because I did not listen to them. And I was just like, okay. So I was just like, wow, God, like. So for a while I kept it to myself. I didn't tell anybody. I really didn't want anyone to know. Because I was just, first, number one, I didn't want it to feel super long. And then number two, I didn't want to tell anybody because I wanted to get the hard part over with. You know, the nausea, the sick part, you know, all that stuff. I didn't tell my boss or anybody, but I knew I kind of had to tell her because eventually I was going to start showing. So right around when I was 4 or 4.5 months pregnant, that's when I told my boss and I told everybody else. Really, me and my husband were the only ones who knew because I didn't tell anyone. Yeah, and so now that everything is sunken in, though, and we're preparing and everything, I feel 10 times better than I did at the time, and I trust God. Any baby that God gives you is a blessing. I do not believe in abortion. I don't care if God gave me 10 million children, which is not possible. But I would never, ever get rid of my baby, because if they get in here, they're standing here until they're full term, and I'm going to take care of them and love them and nurture them. And so, but at the end of the day, to be honest, I'm grateful. I'm thankful that I have my baby. Just so you guys know, we are having a boy, and we're so grateful to God because we have one of each, and not just that, they're going to be really close. And so I had to weigh my positives and my negatives and focus on the positive part. You know, of course, I needed a lot of encouragement at that time, but now I am so thankful. You know, there's some people who can't have children or have a very, very difficult time conceiving. And so to know that I conceive or that anyone can conceive is a blessing. And so where am I today? Today I am 7 months, I think, or 8 months. Today is May 15th. I don't know. I honestly was not keeping track of this pregnancy because I'm so busy with that little girl in there. But yeah, we got little buddy right here, and I know you guys can probably see him in here, but I just love him. He's always kicking and moving and doing stuff. He's just extra all his life. Yeah, so he is a lot bigger than Melody. But yeah, we're grateful, and yeah, we're so thankful that he is almost here. So that is my story on how I found out I was pregnant. If you have a surprise story or something like that that you want to share and you want me to see it on your channel, girl, let me know, okay? And then not just that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and don't forget to comment as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. The next time I get on here, I'm gonna make a video about, probably gonna do a closet tour, but it is, okay? Y'all, my hair looking messed up right now because we are in quarantine and I cannot not get it done. And at the end of my pregnancy, I do not be feeling like doing my hair. Usually I can handle it, but my hair is like super thick. And so I have to wait to get it done. Literally, I have to bobby pin it down. Okay, this is real life. And I gotta wait to get it done. I'm just like, you know, but it's okay though. It's okay. I still look cute. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. So thank you for tuning in and have an amazing day.